Fans, our next event is a one-fall match and a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first in the red corner, weighing in at 230 pounds, here he is, the Universal Heavyweight Champion, Carlos Colon. And his opponent in the blue corner, weighing 210 pounds, fans, here's Mike Jackson. Mike Jackson, one fall, 10 minutes.
Carlos Colon, the Universal Heavyweight Champion, and I'll tell you what, he is absolutely revered in Puerto Rico, and I don't care where he goes across this world of ours, the name Carlos Colon is synonymous with an optimum of wrestling competition. Tremendous athlete, but he's going up against a fellow, Mike Jackson, who offers his hand in a good display of sportsmanship. They lock up very quickly, collar and elbow. Colon bowls him back to the ropes, a good clean break. And, brother, they are a bit testy with each other already, though.
It should be a classical setup match here, I'll tell you. They both main exponents of finer ways and means of wrestling, but a series of sit-outs by Jackson there, but he still did not have the ability to escape from Colon, who just comes in and clamps that waist lock on at the right time. And maybe we'll see a little more. Now there's a nice headlock and a swing over by Carlos Colon, and not only is he revered, as you said, in Puerto Rico, but I'm sure you also meant that any arena that he ever wrestled in, they leave that arena and they also revere Carlos and look for his return.
Well, there's certainly no question about it, and it's Colon coming off the ropes now, catching Mike Jackson, good shoulder smash, up and over his man. Jackson leapfrogs, and Jackson, good reversal that time by Carlos Colon, and so it's Jackson who feels, and it's Carlos Colon with a head scissors, Carlos Colon with another head scissors, and he's beating Jackson at his own game. He really is, because Mike Jackson likes to go to the air. He likes those flying head scissors, the drop kicks, but Colon, slightly bigger of the two, is beating him at his own game.
It must be frustrating for Jackson because he is indeed one of the fastest men in the ring, and then to come up against a guy a little bit bigger, possibly a little stronger, who's carrying that title of Universal Heavyweight Champion in there a little quicker than you are. That's a little scary, Glenn.
It is indeed. Jackson, of course, out of the University of Alabama, Birmingham, 2 master's degrees. He also is qualified and teaches English, but his first real love, of course, is in the ring. And I'll tell you what, for a 200-pounder, he's one of the most respected if you would say this, at 200 pounds, nobody is small, but compared to some of the competitors he has to face, he is the smaller.
Well, if I'm sitting in this class and he wants quiet, believe me, I'm not going to talk.
Good point. Jackson blocked that time by Colon, blocked again by Colon. Now Jackson, up and over his man, catches him, and this time gets the hip toss on him. And as Jackson started to move in, Colon upended him. And it's Colon now with a hip lock takedown.
And it all started out with an inverted wizard by Jackson that entire series, and he came back and still had the inverted wizard, and Colon spun out and then gave him that shot with that drop kick and the headlock takeover. Carlos seems to be working on the neck and head area, whereas it appears to be right now that Jackson is trying to work his man with Wizard series from a stand-up position and trying to get his throws in. I'm just wondering if this is the right way to take a guy that strong and that big and that fast into your offensive plans. I think I would rather go in, make a series of singles, shoot a series of single leg dives on Carlos and try and hold him down myself.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if Jackson does change his strategy now as Colon keeps him tied up in that side headlock. Good drop toe hold now by Jackson. Comes up on the body, but Colon slips away from it so smoothly and comes back with a side headlock. So Jackson now has to be a study in frustration.
Well, it seems that any time he makes a top attack on Colon, he winds up underneath. And that's why I'm wondering maybe Jackson will have to change his strategy, as all wrestlers should be able to, as every good wrestler does. He doesn't come in with one set plan because who knows what the offensive tactics of your opponent are. And I'm surprised that he does not attack the legs of Colon again. And here's Carlos again, back into the headlock. Now, Carlos has a definite plan that he finds is working on that head. And I think that Jackson may have to go to the other body extreme and come in on the legs.
Interesting to see what happens. Of course, as in chess, you have to constantly keep changing your method of attack, and we're seeing him in chess here, and it's Jackson retaliating that time and catching Colon, but having some problems himself getting back to his feet. Jackson a little more in control at this point in time, and Colon blocked that nicely, but Jackson caught him alongside the head. Hooks that far leg. Colon powers away from it, however.
Jackson might have been going for a head scissor of some type, Gordon, and I think he sort of caught his head instead. That's what fell Colon. Look at this.
Colon up and over his man, a rolling reverse. Gets that good block on him, but it is Jackson powering out of it once again. Jackson now to the side headlock again. Jackson fired off into the ropes. Jackson catches him with a good shoulder smash coming off the ropes. Colon drops to the canvas. It's Colon frogging up and over his man. Good rolling cradle.
And a double on crucifix, and that's it.
It is all over. And, brother, this Carlos Colon, you talk about somebody who is perfection personified. He is indeed. Watch Colon here as he sets his man up and over, hooks that waist, brings him down into the crucifix, and it is all over for one Mike Jackson.